Hello everyone. Welcome to chapter 135 of The Last Thoughts of a Busy Mind. Yes, this is the last chapter of season 9. We got it. I know I sound a little bit nasally. That's because I think it's seasonal allergies this time. Though, if this season had a theme, it would have been fucking sickness because yeah, I don't think I'm sick. Hopefully, my nose is stuffed. So this one is titled Jama'at Professionalism. Yeah, it works better when you read it. It's not gonna work as well when you say it. My drink today is non-alcoholic malt beverage, lemon flavored, and let me take a sip. It's not as cold as it can be, but it's still cold enough. It still works. So yeah, this week I know I'm not going to talk about editing or anything because I didn't edit at all. This week was dominated by one single event, one that I think I've kind of talked about in the last week's episode, but not really. I was director's consultant in my friend's movie, and we filmed this week. Yay! So we filmed this week, and it was great. Kind of. First of all, I want to say that it was quite a fun experience. Like the backstage was really good. Behind the scenes, I'm saying, well, backstage is a theater thing. Behind the scenes was really good. The actors were great. The set designer was great. The script supervisor, directors, um, production manager. I don't know what to call Mudiret Hadorakat. I kind of forgot the English name for that. And assistant directors were great. I was obviously great. But it was fun. Like we had fun, we talked, we made a good movie. The problem we lied with certain other crew members. Like, okay, I'm not gonna go deep into it, but I just want to talk about something that I will get to a little bit later. First, I want to talk about the movie and the experience of it. First of all, I'm not very well known for standing up. Like, I can't even do it a lot. My soles are flat because of that. Standing up for long periods of time is incredibly painful for me, and because of that my feet hurt, like they really hurt. And after I'm done recording this, by the way, and uploading it and publishing it, I have to go out of the house and uh, yeah, get to the location again because we need to clean it up. So I look forward to that. I actually do. I want to go and clean it up and put somewhat closing statement on the whole experience of recording because it's not over. Like shooting is production is over, but post production has just begun. So yeah, overall, it was a fine experience when it was related to the friends and everyone else that did their job pretty good. Certain crew members didn't. I'm not gonna say swindled us. They did. They swindled us. They told us they could do certain things that at the end of the day they just couldn't. They couldn't do those things, and that sucks. They basically lied and got away with it too. Another thing is, when the movie was over, we talked with those crew members, and if something came up, something that he kept saying, that was the label of professionalism, which is why I named this episode Professionalism. And I think I want to talk about that a little bit because it's something that I have noticed coming up quite a lot during my dealings with the sorted people of movie making business and any other business, honestly. And I think the start is what is professional. I guess literally the definition of it is if you pay for it, if you get paid to do it, you're professional at it. It's literally your profession. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ifs, ands, or buts. It is literally your job. It is your profession. You're professional at it. But being a professional, meaning you're getting paid to do it, doesn't mean you're good at it or you should be getting paid to do it. I think we all can think of at least 100 examples of people we thought should not be getting paid to do what we're paying them to do, from like different contractors to, well, if you're working in cinema, different cameramen, different audio recorders, different even fucking directors or writers or set designers, any job. You have known people who shouldn't be getting paid to do what they do. But technically speaking, they are professionals. And professionals, professionality is kind of it's a label that has a certain degree of power behind it. Everyone wants to be a professional. I want to be a professional. You want to be a professional. Everybody wants to be a professional at what they do. And I don't just mean getting paid to do it. I mean, that would be great. Getting paid is fantastic. But because we live in a capitalist society, and if we lived in a much better society, getting paid wouldn't be as crucial for survival, but we are not, so it is. So, uh, getting paid is great, but when we talk about professionality and professionalism, we're talking about an attitude. You want to act professional, you want your movie set to be professional, you want your work environment to be professional. But that, much like any other label, has degrees. It can be used as a tool of oppression, a tool of exploitation as well, because by assuming professionalism or sort of pretending professionalism, you can exploit it. You can exploit people who feel like, because this is their earlier experiences, they are not professional enough and they need to do what you, the seeming professional, tell them to do. And that would mean exploitation. That would mean using funds that weren't allocated to you. That means using attitudes that would have otherwise mean complete removal of you as person doing that profession. But since your employer doesn't know that, you can feign professionalism. And that's the thing, that's the main underlying theme here, that being professional for the sake of just being professional has no real value and oftentimes can be even more destructive than you think. Professionalism, professional is a label, okay? It's a marketing jargon. It has no real value over like medical grade steel, or like no additives. It's a label. You put it on stuff, and you can lie about it too. It can be useless information as well. People who come in talking about how professional means doing it this way, that I tell you to do it, usually are saying that because it means it will benefit them. And they're getting paid for it, so that must mean they are professional, but not really. Yeah, they are professional in the sense that they're getting paid, but that doesn't mean they're good or they know what they're talking about or they know even what professional means. I'll give you an example. For example, my friend has an employer who believes professionally they need to uh, give the work assignment done, like do all of them, and then they can leave the job. They want to resign from their position. Now, professionally, it's right for him to say that because, he's getting paid to say that. But his attitude is not professional because he knows that doing those work assignments will require the cooperation of other departments who now, because this person is leaving, may not want to cooperate and also may additionally put pressure on them. You see, professionalism is a label. Professionally, you should give the work assignment, but practically, you're screwed. You're stuck here. And who does that benefit? The employer. Because you're stuck doing the assignment and you won't get the needed commissions on them because by then you're gone. And they just keep you in that position doing mindless work. Now let me give you another example. Let's say, for example, you're a crew member on a movie set and you feel like, professionally speaking, you should be getting 3 meals a day. Now, first of all, depending on the movie set, that might vary. There is nothing professional. There is no standard on that. If the film rides through to the wee hours of the morning, yeah, you should get a dinner. But otherwise, if it's before the shoot, there is no guarantee there. And okay, so let's say you come in and you say, I want dinner at 11 p.m., where most restaurants are closed. And you then say, it's unprofessional to not have prepared me dinner, even though beforehand there was no talk of it. And this is where we get to what the label really signifies. As I said, certain crew members on this movie were paid, mostly the camera crew and the audio crew. Now, the audio department, I have nothing to say against. They were the literal definition of professional. They were paid. They did their job perfectly. They were really, really, really careful of doing their job incredibly. They knew how to do their job. And I honestly have nothing bad to say. Like, they were great. I incredibly would be happy to see them again, and hopefully I get to work with them again. Great. The camera crew, now that's another deal. As I said, this is where the professionality thing comes in. You come in and you say, professionally, you should have done this. In reality, you know you're exploiting them. Because what you're using with that label is the fact that you're getting paid. Now, me, director consultant, set designer, assistant director, production manager, the director himself, the actors, none of us are getting paid to be there. We're doing it out of both a sense of friendship because, well, they're my friends, I want to be there and help them, and also basically exposure and experience. I forgot the name. Experience. I play so many video games and yet I forgot experience. Exposure and experience. Now, those are not good anywhere, but mixed with the friendship, it's what you do. And it's a sense of quid pro quo. I help your movie, you help my movie. It's that sense. And it's mostly how you make student films. But since the camera crew were being paid, they think they have this hold over us that, oh, we're the professional ones because we're getting paid. And so, in that example, I'm asking you this. If everyone on that crew didn't get dinner that night, why should the camera crew? Because they're getting paid. I know that, they think professionally they should have gotten it, but professional is a label. There is no standard for it. Professionally, the camera crew should know how to pull focus. The camera crew should know how to pan. The camera crew shouldn't take 10 minutes adjusting the tripod. Thankfully, I have worked with tripods, so I know it doesn't take 10 minutes. So I knew what the fuck they were doing. Professionally, the camera crew shouldn't hinder the actors' work. But anyways, they think it's professional to just keep asking for more and more out of the resources, the very limited resources of this movie. And because of that, well, I wanted to talk about it here because professionality is something that is used to exploit. It's used to exploit by employers who feel, oh no, this is professional. You should do your job. I'm not going to pay you to do it, but professionally speaking, you were assigned, it was assignments, so you need to do them. It's a tool used by swindlers and con men to con you out of your money. No, no, no. Professionally speaking, you should get this number of equipment, but I'm not going to get all of them. I'm going to ask you to bring 2 more tripods. Ho, 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 ho. And it's sad, you know? It's sad. I want to feel like, oh, I believe in the goodness of the humans. And I do. I believe that most humans are great. I believe in the goodness of all human beings. I believe that every human is born innocent and they get to be worse to, well, societal pressures and parental guidance. But when you see the behavior like that and they deign to think professionality means not saying obscenities and not doing their job, wasting money that is not theirs, well, what can you say? As you can see, I am incredibly salty about it as well because, well, my friend was making this movie and I know how hard he's worked. I know how hard everyone has worked on that movie. And the people who worked the least on it had the audacity to say they were the professionals. Anyways, this season has come to an end. It was mostly uneventful, but had a lot of stuff going on throughout it. I'm gonna go back to editing. Like today, after going to the location, I'm gonna go on another production meeting, starting the next production. And but throughout the week, I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna do a lot of other stuff as well. And I will see you when season 10 starts. Now, back in the day, like if you go back far enough, I probably said I wouldn't do more than 10 seasons. Like 10 seasons was my goal. At this moment, I don't know. I think this podcast, even though it's not very popular, not a lot of people listen to it, which is okay, is kind of a good way of me talking my thoughts out and my feelings out. Even though it's gotten completely stale and I'm repeating myself over and over and over again, but humans are full of repetitions as well. So I'm taking it easy on myself on that regard. Because sometimes even the same feeling can be approached from different levels. So yeah. I don't know if season 10 will be the end. We'll talk about it when we get to season 10. But for now, I'm gonna bid you adieu. In 3 weeks, you're gonna hear the special episode, which is the one between 2 episodes. I already have a guest in mind. I hope she agrees to be on the podcast, and well, we'll see you there. Hopefully by then I can even tell you to go and watch the video that I made. If the editing is over, it probably won't be, but it's good to have high hopes. And beside that, well, we're also coming at an end for 2023, and that would mean the start of 2024 and a good retrospective of the whole year. Spoiler alert, it's gonna be a lot of whining about stuff because yeah. But on that regard, I guess it's time to say goodbye today and put an end on season 9. Don't forget to send me a message on Anchor. If you're listening to this on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're on Castbox, comment there too. Because I do have the app and I have the notifications enabled for it. Now, if you excuse me, I need to get ready to go to location to clean up and then go to another production meeting. And, well, let's say I think I'm going to be very busy very, very soon.